Everything amazing. It's like religious guilt, but like tasty. Love it. Hi guys, my name is Grace, back with another video. It's the end of 2023. We're about to be in 2024. It's a new year coming up, so I think it's time we look back on what happened in K-pop this year and go over the best of dance and performances. Because why not? It's fun. I've compiled my list of like best choreography, best dance, best performances. Obviously, this is gonna be bias in some way. I've asked some other people, my friends, and then I found actually a Reddit post. Someone asked like a similar question, and I looked through the comments there, and I considered my friends and threw some other people's thoughts into this list too. But in no means is this like a definitive end-all be-all. If you guys have more performances, more idols, more dances that you would add to this list, let me know in the comment section down below. The way I've set this up is I went through month by month and I picked a couple for each month. I tried to get at least 3 for each month. Some months were drier than other months in terms of releases, and some were like way too many to choose from. But I think I'm going to choose one as like the best of each month and then mention all the other like runner-ups. So for January of 2023, my #1 best K-pop dance or performance is OMG by NewJeans. This song and this dance went so viral on TikTok. I mean, my friends who aren't K-pop fans actually talked to me about this song. They're like, oh, that dance, oh my god, with this movement. So obviously it worked. Obviously something about this dance is great. It's just catchy, it's really fun, and besides the actual like point dance movement, the footwork is super cool, and it's just, you know, a fun dance to look at and a fun dance to do, and it's very NewJeans, very on brand. My runner-ups for January are Stamp On It by Got The Beat, specifically talking about the dance break that Boa does. I know there was a little bit of a tizzy people were in because people are always in a tizzy, but she's just a really, really great dancer and made that dance break look so effortless. And then my other runner-up is Sugar Rush Ride by Tomorrow by Together, TXT, specifically when one of the members is laying over the other's knees, and then the musicality of the chorus, that like really sustained movement hitting every one of those heavy percussive beats, so cool. And then I actually have 2 honorable mentions for January: Moonlight Sunrise by Twice and Pandora by Maeve. Alright, so on to February of 2023. This was a bit of a dry month, but my #1, I think it's a little controversial whether they're K-pop or not. It's going to be Left Right by XG. The dance is just so simple yet so satisfying, and the way they execute it, so great. The oscillation of the chests on the left, right, so good. And then I only have one other dance for this month, and it is Fighting by Busoksun, the 17 sub group. What is it called? Subunit. Just the fighting, fighting. It's just so much fun, and it's so simple, but it's silly. And I feel like in K-pop we're kind of losing the like silly and like campy aspect that it's kind of known for, or was known for, in the early 2010s, especially from boy groups. I feel like we don't see boy groups do a lot of silly concepts or like lighthearted kind of quirky concepts, and I really loved the dances and performances of Fighting. Alright, so on to March of 2023. My #1 of March for 2023 is Rover by Kai. I mean, this dance and this performance, they were everywhere. This went mega viral. I mean, the execution of Kai's dances are always great, and specifically Rover, I think just the choreography of that, like, I don't even know if it's supposed to be riding a horse or not, because I know it was kind of cowboy themed, but whatever that like little Rover, 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 that thing, so good. So good, executed so well, and there's just a bunch of different movement qualities going on in the chorus. He switches from that really kind of hard stomping movement to those little like soft, graceful movements side to side. Really great, loved it. My other two for March are the On the Street challenge with J-Hope. Less of an actual performance, but I really wanted to just mention it. I feel like he is such a great dancer, even though it wasn't a super big phenomenon. I don't even think many people actually participated in the challenge. Really wanted to just mention it. And then Jimin's Set Me Free came out in March too. Really, Jimin is an incredible dancer, and I loved the performance video for Set Me Free. He really is able to combine multiple dance styles at once. He's trained in ballet and contemporary, and then also like the idol style hip hop, and his musicality is just so good. And that performance video with that many dancers, choreographing for that many people is really difficult, and it just turned out so beautifully. I loved watching that performance video. So for the honorable mentions for March, we've got Twice, Set Me Free. I think it's just interesting choreography for a girl group. There's a little more isolations than you see normally. Got some musicality going on. And then also for March, we've got Holland's Number Boy. It's less of a dance and more of a performance art video. I just found it really beautiful to watch, and I think everybody should go check out Holland's Number Boy. All right, we're on to April of 2023. My number one for April, one of my favorites from this year, Knock by Itaeyeon. Amazing technique. She is an amazing dancer, and the choreography, so cool, and just the dance videography of the music video and some of the performance videos with the switching camera angles, so good and so iconic. And that's a hard dance. I tried to learn it. Hard dance, and she deserves her flowers. My runners up for April are I Am by IVE. We got the iconic flop from the plane scene in the music video, but people incorporating that into the dance performances, cool. And it's actually really cool full-bodied movement, and I think the choreography really fits well with IVE's image of this like elegant and just kind of perfect image of like just like elegance and upper echelon. So I feel like it's really full-bodied movement, but still kind of keeping the restraint and the elegance. I really liked it. And then we had Higum in April, Higum by Auguste, or Suga from BTS. Thought it was just cool. He's not necessarily a like known dancer, like he dances well, but he's not known for his dancing. So I thought it was cool that there was a dance for Higum, and it was a really well thought out dance. All right, we're on to May of 2023. My number one for May is Bite Me by ENHYPEN. Ooh, the storm that this dance caused. I don't know, I loved it. I loved the original. I think the use of partnering specifically between a man and a woman, so good. And I did a whole reaction talking about the like gender dynamics and the concept of vampirism and blah blah. But it's just great performance. Outside of the partnering, it's got really cool formations and just a really great dance and really interesting watch. My runner-ups for May are going to be Eve, Psyche, and Bluebeard's Wife by Le Seraphim. Dance was everywhere. Remixes are everywhere. Just such a really good choreography and so catchy, such a catchy choreography that it went mega viral. I think even more than the title track, Unforgiven. And I just think it really worked. It's not too hard, but it's really impactful. And then my next runner-up for May, some would say Song of the Year, Queen Card by Idol. It's just so much fun. It's not too difficult, but it's really got the essence of the song inside of it. This like fun, flirty, I am who I am, like hopping around with your girls, just perfect. Choreography is perfect for what the song exemplifies. All right, we are on to June of 2023. My number one pick for June, Bouncy by ATEEZ. I mean, come on. This choreography, amazing. And I just, it's so good. Like, I don't even know how to put into words. It's catchy, it's captivating to look at, and you just kind of want to do it. Both versions with the like down bending backwards, but also the walk in the line, so good. So good. It's almost like simple because it's just going on regular time. There's not much going on in terms of switching up the counts. You're not going on halftime, you're not going double time. They're really just on that downbeat, but it just works so well because that downbeat is so heavy, and they're just great dancers and great performers. I got to see them do it live. Oh, amazing. So my runner-ups for June are Shalala by Taeyong. I actually, while looking through the releases for this month, I had never actually watched or heard this song before, but I watched the dance practice for this, and I just gotta say, he has so much hip-hop technique, so much training. You can just tell he's a really great hip-hop dancer. Like, his isolations, his popping and locking, so good. And with a dance and a song like that, you need to be so charismatic to sell it, because it is like a little silly, it is kind of goofy and fun, and I really think Taeyong pulls it off, and not everyone can. So I think it just exemplifies a really great performance. And then the other runner-up for June, I'm not necessarily sure if this actually belongs in June, but I saw them do it live in June, is Go Hard by Twice. Just the silhouette against the black screen, so good. I feel like it's just such a simple lighting technique to put them in silhouette, but it's really effective in that concert setting. I mean, I was literally in the back row of MetLife. Like, my back was against the wall of the stadium. I am talking the actual back row of MetLife Stadium I was sitting in, and I just loved watching it. It was so good, and I think just the lighting and the performance really made it. Okay, we are on to July of 2023, my first pick for this month. The second time they're coming up on this list is going to be New Jeans by New Jeans, specifically New Hair, New Tea, New Jeans, Do You See? That whole breakdown with that choreography. Whoever is in front, I think her name is Minji, love. Just the quality of their movement, and just something about New Jeans' choreography, it's just so natural and like fun. They don't look like they're trying hard, which is like, I've done New Jeans choreography, it's difficult, but they make it look effortless, like they're just kind of doing social dance. And not that social dance is not hard, but you get what I'm saying. Perfect. And I know they released a lot of dances in this month, but New Jeans was my personal favorite, so it's my list. My runner-up for July is Girl Gang by XG. Again, not sure if they're considered a K-pop group, but this is my favorite song from them, and oh my goodness, the dance for the chorus of this song, incredible. I think they actually used chairs as props throughout the rest of the dance, if I'm not mistaken, but the choreography for the chorus, it's similar to ATEEZ Bouncy in the sense that there's that heavy downbeat that they're working with, but the musicality of the chorus and the way the lines pass each other, I love. My honorable mentions for July are going to be Cake by ITZY. I really love the cake imagery, and Yuna's bust it up, bust it up, bust it up. So good, so good. And then my other honorable mentions are New Jeans' ETA and Super Shy. We're at August of 2023. My number one for August of 2023, I'm not sure it's necessarily a specific performance per se, but it's the airing of Street Woman Fighter Season 2, specifically with the introduction of Jam Republic. I feel like the airing of this season in particular really shook up the dance side of K-pop, specifically with bringing in a foreign dance crew with Jam Republic and the women on that team, Latrice and Kristen, being women of color. I really think that bringing those voices into the K-pop scene, because a lot of influences in K-pop dance come from, you know, communities of color across the world, it really kind of marks a moment that they're getting such a big platform, and just, you know, former members of royal family, and just the kind of fresh vibe they brought to the show, whereas there were conversations about being choreographed to the lyrics versus being choreographed to the music, and being choreographed for K-pop choreography versus being choreographed for a dance crew. I think it's just, it introduced a lot of conversations that I think are really interesting. So, and then my runner-ups for August, it was another late month, are going to be Fast Forward by Somi. Dance was everywhere. Korea was in love with this song. And then Bubble by Stacey. I just think it's fun. Nothing super like mind-blowing, amazing, like, it's just fun. And sometimes we just have to have fun. All right, we are at September. September is a heavy month, and my number one for September of 2023 is actually for their second time on this list too, XG with Puppet Show. Their musicality, incredible. I think their style of music is really just my taste. The movement quality, they're so smooth yet so sharp on those moments. They've really got great handle on movement quality, and their performances are always just really great to watch. And I think stylistically, I really vibe with their performances. I think they have kind of like a cyberpunk alternative thing going on that I really enjoy, so I vibe. My runner-ups in September are Get a Guitar by Rise. I think just a really great debut. I think kind of freshened up the vibe a little bit. We kind of have been a little bit in my opinion, a stylistic lull with boy groups for a couple of years, and I feel like we're starting to move out of it. And I think Rise kind of found a sound that really works for them, that's outside of the norm, but still managed to make it like accessible to people that are interested in current boy group music. And I think the energy they give, this like late 90s, early 2000s, it's got a really cool dance, that point dance with the guitar, and the footwork, great. And then the next runner-up is Sensitive by Lou Semble. The fall to the knees, so good, and the formations they do, I think they actually add up to 12, which is a really great nod to the original group of Luna. And just, you know, it's hard to work with 12 people, and choreographing for that many people and creating really cool formations. I love watching it. Honorable mentions for September, we didn't get to see it, but Lisa from Blackpink at Crazy Horse in Paris. We didn't get to see it, no photos allowed, but it's iconic that it happened. She's a great dancer, an incredible performer, and I really think we're kind of at a moment in K-pop where specifically members of Blackpink, I think Jennie and Lisa, are kind of pushing the boundaries a lot. Yes, their activities happen a lot outside of Korea, but they're kind of pushing the boundaries of what a female K-pop idol can do and what they can be. And I really find a lot of what they do to be quite groundbreaking for K-pop, honestly. And it's just so iconic that we had Lisa at I think you would call it a burlesque show, but so iconic that it happened. And then one of my personal favorites on this list, Yeontan, Taeyoung's dog, at the slow dancing performance. Yeontan has his own fan cams. I love dogs. I think it's very funny and very cute that Taeyoung brought Yeontan on stage. I would do the same with my dog. Okay, we're in the fall season now. We're in October 2023. My number one of this month is Guilty by Taemin. Anything Taemin does, incredible. I mean, his movement quality, just the way he like oozes, amazing. Like, I'm obsessed. And I think Guilty is my favorite outing of his solo music. So good. And just, everything amazing. It's like religious guilt, but like tasty. Love it. My runner-ups for October are going to be Fact Check by NCT. I'm sorry, I don't remember which unit of NCT it is, but it's a really quick song, fast footwork. This is another dance I actually had to look up and watch for this video specifically. When I looked it up, I thought it was really technically advanced. There's some really quick footwork and some really fast movement and isolations, and I think it's just a really greatly executed dance and performance. And then the other runner-up for me is Macaroni Cheese by Young Posse. Where did they come from? And with this much like hip-hop going on? There's a lot of hip-hop influence in K-pop, but specifically with girl groups, you don't see a lot of pure hip-hop technique going on, and these girls brought it with their debut, and they're very young, and I'm like, where did they get all this training? Like, they're kind of killing it with the musicality going on, because it's a very interesting, campy song, and with all the microwave beeps and just like slow, elongated phrases, it works really well in a way that I don't think any of us were expecting. And just the sustained movement with these like extended phrases of kind of empty music, something works about it, and I like it. And we're in the second to last month of 2023. We're at November. My number one for November, Drama by aespa. I think they came out the gate swinging with this one. To me, they were getting a lot of bites, let's say, from people in the K-pop community. They were getting some stuff thrown at them, not nice words, and they said, you know what? We're gonna work on it, and we're gonna show you guys that you should be quiet. And Drama, to me, is the best they have ever looked on stage, the best they have performed. They have perfected their aesthetic and perfected their movement as a group, and it's simple, but it feels really powerful. And the technique of their isolations and like the reverbs of their body, I mean, they've got that heavy bass drop and those heavy downbeats with those heavy synths and their like cyberpunk futuristic AI concept, and they just delivered. And the switch between the like Jam with those heavy downbeats to you know I'm savage, that like smoothness. We all saw Winter doing it. Amazing. The switch between those two qualities, I loved. One of my favorite releases of the year, I think. Our runners up, I'm getting confused again. Our runner-ups for November are Standing Next to You by Jungkook. Great technique. I mean, it's all Michael Jackson influence, Michael Jackson being one of the greatest performers of, you know, our generation all time. And it's just Jungkook is a natural performer. Kind of what I was talking about with Taeyong is you gotta have charisma and swagger to sell performances like this. To me, even though Standing Next to You is very much inspired by Michael Jackson, Jungkook really shines through as his own person, and you can really tell that he's kind of standing out. He's like, yes, I'm a member of BTS, but I'm also me, and I'm an adult now, and you're really going to see the person I have grown into, and I feel like I can get that sense through the performance of Standing Next to You. My other runner-up is Hyuna's Attitude performance. I feel like this kind of flew under the radar. This is something I watched for the first time for this video. It feels like she's kind of finding her voice as a performer. I've seen people's opinions online saying that they preferred her when she was under Cube, or preferred her music when she was under Cube, and when she left Cube and joined Psy's entertainment company, I forget what it's called, P Nation, her image and her brand was a little kind of undefined, but I feel like she has stepped out of P Nation to find who she wants to be outside of a constrictive company such as Cube. She's got a name for herself, and people know she's a great performer. People know that she's an artist at this point, and watching the Attitude performance video made me feel like this is kind of her coming into her own, and I really could feel it through the screen. And then my honorable mentions for November are going to be La 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 by Stray Kids. I think the opening is cool with the doom 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 doom. Jungkook in Times Square, such a cool venue. The fact that that performance even happened is crazy. Such a cool venue, and for free. I could have gone, but he didn't tell me in time. I live an hour away. Hello? Jungkook, next time, let me know. Let your girl know. And our last honorable mention for November is going to be Stray Kids performing at the Billboard Music Awards. It's still really, really cool to see K-pop groups performing at these large music shows like the Billboard Awards, American Music Awards, Grammy performances, things like that. Really just kind of expanding the reach of K-pop and extending the voices of Asian artists, whether they be Asian American artists, you know, Asian artists from other countries, or K-pop artists, just kind of extending the reach of Asian voices and representation. Always great. All right, and we are at December this month, which we only have 3 days left of at this point at the time of recording. So my number one for December is actually something that was released yesterday. It is TVXQ's Rebel. I feel like newer K-pop fans, there's kind of been a resurgence of the popularity of second generation, even first generation groups. I think TVXQ kind of toes the line between first and second generation, but there has been a resurgence of popularity with second generation artists and songs, and TVXQ Neurotic has been one of those really, really popular songs, and I feel like people are kind of jumping on the TVXQ train. They've been releasing music for the past couple of years, but they released an album yesterday, and the Rebel music video and the dance, so good. It's really difficult to pull off a duo, but they do it really well. The choreography is simple yet effective. They use their background dancers really well, and it just does the song justice. The song is a little weird, and it's a little like offensive to the ears. Not in the way that it's like literally offensive, like I'm offending you, but it's like it kind of knocks you off guard, but the dance does it justice and like adds to it. It makes it an experience, and please watch the music video. So good, and I'm really happy to be seeing TVXQ getting support. Love. My runner-ups for December are the New Jeans ETA remix. We love the girls when they are doing some whacking. who doesn't love a little bit of whacking in their choreography? And it's kind of made a big impact, voguing and whacking in K-pop. I mean, it's been around for a while in K-pop choreographies, but now I feel like fans know the name of the technique of those dances, and it's being incorporated even more so. I really love to see it. And then the other runner-up is Crazy Form by ATEEZ. ATEEZ are always so good. This is another kind of light month for releases, and you can just rely on ATEEZ to have good choreography and good performance. Yeah, they're here because they're here. Why wouldn't they be? And then the last honorable mention for the year of 2023 are the performances of Sherlock by SHINee. They are not only curious, they are intrigued. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video of my favorite dances and performance moments from the world of K-pop in 2023. If you have anything else you'd like to add to this list, tell me in the comment section down below. If you want to dispute what I said, also say it in the comment section down below, and let me know your guys' thoughts on the songs I mentioned. Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one next year. Bye bye.